Hi, this is MC from SLE Canada. So SLE stands for Study Leave Explore Canada. So we help people to get their student permit by themselves, and if we give them some information on how to settle here in Canada and how would you explore the country. So today I'm going to talk about how to get your permit. So if you're a future student, or if you're planning to study here in Canada, then this video is for you. First thing, I want you to subscribe in this channel if you want to get more information about studying in Canada. And I also have a website where you can get all the resources that you need when applying for a student permit, and you'll get the ultimate guide that I'm gonna discuss in a minute. The first thing that you have to do when applying for a student permit is secure your letter of acceptance from the school. So when getting a letter of acceptance, you need to choose the right school and the right program for yourself. So when choosing the school, you have to check if it's easy to immigrate in that province. There are 4 main factors that you have to consider: the cost of the program, where is it located, do they require an English exam, and is the program right for you, or does it fit your goal or your career path. So those are very important because cost will affect your proof of funds, and also you don't want to spend a lot of money, right? The program is very important too, because you have to pick a program that fits your goal, because otherwise if it doesn't, then that might be a reason to get a visa rejection from the visa officer. So once you have your letter of acceptance from the school, now it's time for you to gather all your documents for your student permit. First thing that you have to get is application form. So in my ultimate guide, in my website, you will have the step-by-step. The first thing is complete the application form. So you have to go to the CIC website and get the right forms for you. So in my guide, I have listed all the forms that you have to fill out. Number 2 is securing your receipt, application receipt. So you have to include that in your application as well. And then the third one will be your personal document that includes your photo and passport. So photo, it has a specific size if it's paper-based, but I think for online you just have to make sure it has the right size, and you can just upload it to your account. And then the passport, in my case, I provided cover to cover because I have a lot of travels then, and I want to show that to the visa officer. And you want to make sure that you didn't overstayed in a certain country. So that's the reason being why you have to provide them your full copy of your passport. So I basically provide them my old and my new passport. Number 4 will be your school documents. So that includes your letter of acceptance, and if you have already paid your deposit, then give them a copy as well, because that will affect your proof of funds. Number 5, speaking of proof of funds, so you have to provide 4 months bank statement and a bank certificate. So the proof of funds will be 1 year cost of living, which is 10,000 Canadian dollars, and 1 year cost of your tuition fee. So it depends how much your program is. So let's say your program is 12,000 Canadian dollar, and then the cost of living will be 10,000 Canadian dollar. Then the total maintaining balance in your bank account within 4 months will be 22,000 Canadian dollars. So that's how the proof of fund works. And on the side note though, if you're applying as a family, then you need to provide more funds. So in my website, in my ultimate guide, I have the link where you can double check how much the proof of fund is for certain size, for family size. So if you have a family of 4, there's a certain amount of money that you have to put in your bank account. So that's it for proof of funds. Number 6 will be your study plan. So the study plan is very important because the visa officer wants to know what's your plan after school, and then what's your education background, what's your employment background, does it fit your program that you're about to take in Canada, why are you going to study in Canada, why not in the Philippines, or why not in India. They want to know that. So there is a right format when making your study plan. So I have that in my website. I have it here in my channel as well. I have the link below. So I want you to check that when you're start creating your study plan, and just follow the format and you'll be okay. You're gonna nail it. And then next one will be your criminal background check. So in my case, I stayed in Dubai for 6 years. They asked me to provide for police clearance from Dubai, and then one from my home country, which is the Philippines. So if you have stayed in some countries for more than 6 months, basically you have to provide the police clearance. Number 8 will be your employment documents. Let's say you mention it in your study plan that you got this money from your employment, then obviously you have to provide a proof that you work for certain years, or you're currently working from this company. So you have to provide your employment certificate. That one needs to state your designation, letter of date of employment, salary, purpose of visit, and it has to be stamped by the HR. So it's an official document. And then number 9 will be your home ties. For home ties, you can provide your property deed of sale or birth certificate of your family members. The reason being is that they want to know if you have any reason to go back home. Number 10 will be your medical. So in some countries, they don't require medical. In the Philippines, they require you to get a medical exam and biometrics, but in my case, I was living in Dubai for 6 years. They didn't ask me for a medical exam. So I have a link again in my website where you can check if your country needs to be have a medical or not, or biometrics. So you just really have to check my website. It has everything that you need to know, like seriously. So that's it for your study permit requirements. So once you have all the requirements done and prepared, then it's time to apply for your student visa. You can apply via online or via paper-based. It's entirely up to you, but in my case, I prefer to apply through paper-based because I want everything printed, and I think it's easy to get an approval if it's paper-based. I'll explain that in a separate video, but it's entirely up to you. So the processing time for the student visa will vary. So for the Philippines, where it took me like 8 weeks, I think mostly it's 8 weeks, but some people got an approval within 30 days. Like in my case, it was 8 weeks, but you can also double check that in CIC website. CIC website is very, user friendly. You can get all the information in there, but you just have to be patient, and you need to research, and you need effort. If you want to do it yourself, you have to read a lot of articles. If you don't have the patience, then pay $1,000 to hire a person, to hire an agency or a consultant. But in my channel, I don't recommend it. I want you to learn, and I want you to do it by yourself because you will save a lot of money. So after getting your student visa requirements, after applying, let's say you got an approval, then you have to prepare for your arrival, and there are things that you have to prepare. There are things that you have to prepare before arrival. So first thing is getting your housing, like where to stay. I have a lot of tips on getting your housing. Like you can connect with communities or go to a website. It's easy to get get a room. It's cheaper than getting an apartment, but it's your preference. It's entirely up to you. If you have money, then get an apartment. If you don't have money, then just get a room. And then once you're here in Canada, the first thing you have to get is SIM card, set up your bank account, and get your driver's license, because here in Canada you have to drive later in life. You don't have to get a car right away, but you want to get your driver's license done, because I'll have another video for that, because every province they have different rules. So you want to have your driver's license done at the earliest, because that will save you some headache when it comes to getting your car insurance. But yeah, so those are the things that you have to prepare. So let's say you're here in Canada, so it's time to get a job. So when getting a job, I think it's easy because there are a lot of jobs here in Canada. Just don't be picky, and you just have to make sure that you're not exceeding 20 hours a week. So you can work, yes, you can work while you're studying, but only for certain hours. So it's 20 hours per week, not more than that. Otherwise, that will affect your status in Canada. You have to go back home, my friend. So you don't want to be deported. So let's say you're already done with your school. You have your program. You already graduated. Then what's the next step? It's time for you to get your post-graduation work permit. So post-graduation work permit is basically an open working permit, especially for international students of Canada. So the work permit will vary depending the duration of your program. Let's say your program was a 1-year program, then you'll get 1-year work permit. If you study for 2 years, then you get up to 3 years work permit. So that working permit, post-graduation work permit, is your golden ticket to get your permanent residency here in Canada. Anyways, that's it for today. I made it really quick because I just want to touch everything, but maybe next time I'll make a video for each section so I can tell you more about it. But for now, I want you to check my website, my ultimate guide, because it has all the information in there, and I'm gonna upload more videos every week. So if you want to check that, then subscribe, click the subscribe button. If you need more information, let's say the ultimate guide is not enough for you, I'm having a mentorship program, so I'm helping people through the process. It's a one-on-one mentorship program, so if you're interested, you can just go to mentorship program link below. It's in my website actually. you can just register and we'll start from there. Anyways, that's it for today, and I wish everyone a happy new year. It's December 31st today here in Canada, and I think everyone's celebrating New Year today. That's it for today. Thank you.